Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of a talk slash guide about Cheetah's throw game. So Cheetah has quite an interesting throw loop in this game. It's plus 14 on her throw. Her dash forward is roughly about 14 frames, but because the opponent has to sort of stand up, if they're just trying to like stand up into like down 2 or down 1-2 and it's not a wake up attack, you'll beat them quite handily by doing dash forward into another throw. And I'm just going to demonstrate this here. I'm playing as Flash. I'm going to try and... There was a down 2. As you can see, the animation didn't even start to come out. I'm going to just try and do it perfectly here. There you go. You can see the animation just starting, but not quite enough for it to come out. Let's try down 1. Now obviously this changes depending on the normal frames. There you go, like down 1 7 frames. So as you can see here, she's got a pretty interesting throw loop with using throw, dash forward, throw, and it's got fantastic corner carry. She can continue to do the same thing in the corner. So let's have a look at what this means sort of overall, because although you can't tech roll a throw, you are able to backdash, as you can see here, and you can also delay your wake up. But one thing you'll notice that if I full delay here on Flash, I don't get a very long delay on this. So it's almost like a quick stand sort of thing. So now we can take me playing Flash away, and I just want to show you a few options for Cheetah in regards to using her throw game. So now he's just going to dash backwards, and you'll notice that she can do back 1, 2, and I'll put him on jump just to show you. Now it takes 5 frames to jump, but you know, we can pretty safely assume that back 1, 2 is going to meaty just a backdash there, which is really good for Cheetah. She's going to be able to do the back 1 meaty as well and beat pretty much most things if she's, you know, really good about it. Throws about 10 frames and she was beating the down 2s, down 1-2s. It's going to be a little bit tight on back 1. I do believe back 1's 12 frames, but she doesn't have to do back 1 after the dash up. You can, you know, dash up into basically just standing 2 if you want. Standing 2 will connect against a lot of characters' back dashes. Just second hit just hits them, which is really good. It doesn't actually punish the back dash, but it's something. Now if we was looking at punishing a backdash of Cheetah with this, we'd have to do like a lunge into far lunge, which is very common for Cheetah to do something like that, or we could jump in the air and hit confirm them doing a backdash. So I tried to hit confirm that there, but I'll just go for it here. So they do backdash. You can pretty much, you know, go into her dive kick from there. I mean, it's pretty standard stuff for Cheetah these days, especially at the higher levels, to start doing jumps and then sort of hit confirming like an opponent's mistake into dive kick. If you're not already starting to do that, I definitely recommend doing things like that. One of the other things to note about this is the dash forward's safe. So let me put him on his actual sort of... This is a more likely wake up for a Flash player. This one has invincibility. So what this means is Cheetah's able to use this dash forward into a throw, and the opponent can't, if they're looking to wake up or get out of the situation that she's putting them in, they're taking a risk. They don't have the time to assess, oh, I can see Cheetah's starting up X, Y, or Z. They already have to be sort of inputting during your dash up what they're going to do, and that's very powerful if you're playing as Cheetah in enforcing a mind game. So now we've established that the opponent can't sort of do that. What about baiting that? So we don't have to do the dash forward. We can just go straight into it. Now obviously this doesn't counter backdash, and it won't counter most wake ups, but because she's plus 14 in this situation, I think this one might be a bit too fast. Yeah, it's just a bit too fast. The slower wake ups, or the ones that don't reach as far, like Fists of Fury, she can definitely forward 3, or even if she, you know, if they do have a far ranged wake up like Batman's slide or Flash's punches, she can go into just meter burn forward 3 and sort of get them there. So let's have a look if we're talking about, you know, characters doing backdash or delayed wake up. So characters on jump still going to be on auto block. So if I want to ensure that I'm at least meeting my opponent, this has always been a really good option for Cheetah. You can do this, you can hit confirm into down back 2 if they're like got a really slow backdash. This might even punish them, it just depends on the requirement. I don't think so. I don't think anybody's really got that bad of a backdash. But as you can see here, it's pretty good at making sure that your opponent's going to have to stay there and they're not going to move. If you do it frame perfect, even Flash can't jump out. But if you know, frame or two off, he's going to jump out. But you know, you can just confirm into back 1-2, you can do bounce cancel off of it, you can just do a lunge from it, and if you want to see all the things you can do off back 1-2, I do have a guide for back 1-2 in one of my previous videos. One of the other things about this, and this is the strange one, is delayed wake up full. So an opponent can do a full delayed wake up, but if you notice, it's not that long of a delay. This means that Cheetah doesn't have to do back 1-2 for full delay like she would do. She can actually do back 1-1, and this is actually really powerful because back 1-1 is actually a lot safer than back 1-2, because back 1-2 has a huge gap in it which people can exploit, whereas back 1-1 has no gap, still hit confirmable into back 3, and if they try and jump out, they get cleaned out, as you can see. You know, they can't, like, if they think you're doing drop down, they jump and you do this. It's such an excellent 50-50 to put on your opponent, and the 50-50 becomes real when you have trait up. So this is when this 50-50 becomes really strong, because if the opponent doesn't jump out of that, so you've got trait up, you've thrown them, you've walked forward, you meaty them, look how much damage they're taking. It's almost 300 damage. That's real. So they can't react to back 3 or the drop down. Not really, so essentially you're basically forcing them to either jump out or just eat massive damage with this. And with trait up, that does even more damage. Let me just do this. Done. Yeah, it's almost 600 damage there. You can even put 3 bars in and do over 600. It really just depends on how much pain you want to inflict on your opponent. So these are really good things to know, and these are things to lab when you're playing as a character like this. The first thing is obviously the throw loop. If you get the timing down on it, they can't down 2 you out of it, and this is going to force them to change their wake up options. In ranked, you could probably actually win a game off of this, literally just doing this, because your opponent's just going to be like mashing down 2, mashing down 1, you know what people are like. And then this other thing they're going to do is they're going to backdash, and from backdash you can do an instant dive kick. I've not actually tried instant dive kick, so we're going to do this on a limb. We're going to put on auto. So this is what you do if you've got an idea and you want to test it. We're going to put him on wake up backdash, and he's going to block as soon as he can. So we're going to throw him, we're going to dash forward, then try and do instant dive kick. So there you go. So it's a bit of a read, I suppose, but if you want to punish, dash up, sweep won't do it. So I'm not too sure if back 1 will do it. No, back 2. So pretty much your only option, if they do that, is going to be that. So do know, Cheetah, if you need a forward advancing normal that's fast, she does have instant dive kick. It's really hard to... I'd say it's really hard to do, to be honest with you, like consistently, but it's so powerful. I think if I was going to say how fast her overhead is, her instant overhead, you'd be looking at probably about 14-15 frames, and that's a really fast overhead, like a really fast overhead. So that does it for my Oki guide for the throw. Obviously the possibilities are almost endless, and there's a lot more stuff that I wouldn't have covered in this video. So, you know, think about your options, think about different things, or what about this situation, and just approach it like I would approach it in the lab. You know, what happens, for instance, can I do something pretty spicy if they do delay wake up on this and I've thrown them? Is there anything with like back 3 going on there? Is there anything with forward 3 going on there with delayed wake up? No, it seems to be too fast. What if I dash up and do it? You know, there's all these different things you can practice and try. Is there some sort of, like, I don't know, cross-up thing there going on? I mean, again, I've not tried this, but it looks like if you're able to meet it, you can actually cross up with Cheetah on the wake up there, and I'm pretty sure there'll be a timing. So it's just all about getting the timing down, finding out how to do it, and going from there. Can you sort of walk up and do it? Things like that. So I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. I'll try and bring you more stuff. I have got some more stuff coming, and I'll see you next time.